Funding for Greater Chattanooga is provided by EPB Fiber Optics and Hicks Carpets and Flooring.
Baseball is America's game. Everybody loves baseball. It's a day at the park.
I remember as a child playing youth sports, just the feeling of putting on that uniform, being part of a team.
Get to enjoy a hot dog and popcorn at the field every week. You just get the full experience. This is my daughter Peyton. Peyton was born with cerebral palsy, and basically her muscles are too tight. It makes it difficult for her to write, to walk. You know, people hop up and they shower, brush their teeth, they head out the door. Where it might take them a short amount of time, it's going to take someone with special needs maybe 2 or 3 times as long. It can be daunting some days. People who don't have a special needs person in their life, they sometimes take for granted the ease that they go about their day. If you have a special needs person in your life, you're very aware when you leave the house the obstacles that you may encounter during the day. And then once you get out the door into the world, you never know what might pop up. People take for granted that everywhere is accessible, but it isn't. Peyton could see her older sister Paige be involved in team sports, and she was always excited to play too, but she never had the chance to, and she would be so excited. They would be signing up at school for t-ball or softball, and she'd come home with a little registration paper, and we'd have to figure out a way to say, you know, it's not really for us. I think there is a need for activities, more activities for those with special needs. And when the Miracle League came along, we were just so excited because it was a yes. It was a yes, you can.
This all started back in 2010. Stephen Neely with the Westside Athletic Association was on vacation with his family, and he saw a Miracle League game being played, and he came back and shared what he had saw with the Whitfield County Commission.
They loved it, and they said, yes, absolutely, we need one in Whitfield County. And then he called us because he knew Peyton and thought she would enjoy it, and we jumped on board immediately.
Our Whitfield County Board of Commissioners agreed to give $350,000, and we were to match $350,000 to build the facility.
We were very concerned. It was a difficult time in the economy in this town, and we thought, we're never going to get this money raised. It's going to be such a difficult task. How are we going to do this? And people started hearing about it, and they started coming to us. So many people who know Peyton wanted to help. It's not Chip and I, they wanted to help because of Peyton. The Miracle Field is here because of her.
The field was actually built and our first game played in 2012.
There we go. There we go, baby. Say woo woo.
When you come to a Miracle League game, don't expect a regular baseball game.
We want them to feel like they are in the World Series and they've hit a home run. And we want them to be able to succeed at something that they couldn't do before.
And they love to hear their name called by our announcer, Brent.
My job's to make it just as special for them as it can be. just get the crowd cheering and screaming for them, to call their name out and make them feel like they're a Major League Baseball all-star.
The Miracle League field is a rubberized surface where the bases and lines are painted on the surface, and this allows children in wheelchairs and walkers to navigate the field, avoiding injury.
We have ages 5 and up, and we have players with spina bifida, Down syndrome, muscular dystrophy, cerebral palsy, basically blind players. You name it, basically we have one or more of those playing in the Miracle League.
1, 2, 3, yeah!
It takes 75 to 100 at least volunteers every week to have game day.
Each week we reach out to organizations, churches, schools, businesses, and that they provide us with what we call buddies. We don't have many rules out here today. One, just love on your player, protect them in the field.
I've been chaos. Yes, you're absolutely right, Peyton. We had a fellow director describe it as happy chaos, and that's exactly what it is.
Some of the players may hit the ball and run the wrong way around the bases, and if we could change the direction, we do. If we can't do that, that's okay. We let them run the bases anyway.
Every player is able to play the game to the best of their ability. If they want to try to hit a pitch, then we certainly would let them try to do that. And they have 3 tries, and then if they can't, we get the tee. And then they head out, they run the bases, their buddy is right there with them. And buddies are very important at the Miracle Field. Each week, each player is paired with a buddy. They help them in the field, help them bat, help them run the bases.
And a lot of them, at school, some of them are in classes where they aren't around as much as the general population each day. And they don't get to meet as many people, and they get to, add a new friend to their life.
I love it. You like running? Okay, me too. We'll run.
You don't just see this in every day of this kind of atmosphere, and it does have an impact, and it does make you feel good. You have a sense of pride of getting to come out here, getting to be a part of this.
What's your favorite part?
Me and my dad eat week.
You've had some great buddies, haven't you?
Will do.
The Miracle League of Whitfield County is a huge support system for the caregivers and the families.
Because sometimes having a special needs child can be difficult. It can be lonely at times, can be isolating.
What's your name?
So many of our families have so many doctor's visits through the week. A lot of our children require 24/7 care.
The parents just get to sit there with no worries. They know their kid's taken care of. They know their child's being loved on. They get to come out here and just sit down. And they can sit in the stands and see their kid smile, laugh, run, play it, and hit home runs. And they get to relax. If it's the 1 hour their game is, they get 1 hour each week. They get to see their child have the time of his life, doing something that they never imagined getting to see their child do.
I always been maybe baseball fan and to play the game in baseball field today. And I get to be a part of the team. And I get to meet a lot of new friends. And have fun.
I think it's very important for our community to be aware of those with special needs and how we can make their lives easier and how we can make accessibility for them easier in their daily lives.
It's just much more than the game of baseball. It's life-changing for so many of these athletes we have.
If you come out here and watch, it'll do something to your heart.